Alright, on to engineering. Against armored opponents, use incendiary and armor-piercing ammo. Good to know. Who we got to talk to here? Engineer Adams and Jessica Chobot. Alrighty then. This is where Jack hung out in Mass Effect 2. She ain't here anymore though. Well, what do we got here? A little model of Sovereign. It's gonna go in my cabin. Cool. So there's shit to little trinkets you can find around the ship too. Talk to the engineer. Engineer's got to be here. Tally was like right here. Oh, I miss Tally. Hopefully we'll see her again.
Commander, welcome back to the Normandy. Or maybe you should be saying that to me.
Engineer Adams, what are you doing here?
I was put in charge of the drive core retrofits. My experience on the Normandy SR-1 made me an obvious choice.
So, what do you think of our SR-2?
She's incredible. If there's one nice thing I can say about Cerberus, it's that they know how to build a ship. And about that, Cerberus, I mean, I owe you an apology.
How so?
Back when you got this ship, Dr. Chalk was contacting me, asking me to help with your mission against the Collectors. I refused. I didn't have your back. I'm sorry for that.
Why didn't you join us?
I saw what happened to you when the Normandy went down. I didn't trust that it was really you. I certainly didn't trust Cerberus. Also, as an officer of the Alliance, I don't just leave my post, you know?
Your Alliance first. That's the way it should be.
Thank you, Commander. Glad to be aboard.
Is your family okay?
My parents are serving on Viridian Zenith, an Alliance agricultural vessel. My sister is a navigator on the SSV Benjamin Davis. Happy to report that both vessels are safely under Hackett's command.
Does the new Normandy stack up to the old SR-1?
Stack up. It blows the old ship away. The Tantalus drive core has been completely overhauled. The SR-2 might be nearly twice the size, but the new drive core is 3 times bigger.
Nice.
This ship can fly. That said, Cerberus isn't too high on safety. If pushed past her limits, this core would vent into engineering. Guess it gives my team incentive to keep her well balanced during a firefight.
Do your job or get vaporized.
Pretty much.
Pretty much.
Oh
The
shit.
stealth system is significantly improved. It can handle a higher blue shift of our emissions.
I knew what he was gonna
And
say.
that means...
We should be able to drop out of FTL without triggering every sensor in range. Very handy for stealth reconnaissance. All in all, the Normandy is a marvel of engineering.
Oh yeah.
What do you think of Edie?
We had a good talk during the retrofit.
She has a
little
pretty
strange at first,
sexy
talking
voice.
shop with an AI.
AI? I thought Edie posed as a VI to keep the likes of you from unplugging her.
Yeah, but I saw through her. Have you seen her hardware? Processing power is off the charts. And then there were the problems that kept fixing themselves. If I hadn't had her pegged, I would have sworn I was losing it.
You never expressed any skepticism, Lieutenant Adams.
I figured I'd better play it safe with the Cerberus AI, Edie. No offense.
None taken. As long as you keep your fingers out of my cognizance processors.
In the beginning, I tried disconnecting her from key processes without giving myself away. Easier said than done. But Joker seemed to trust her, and in time I saw her advantages. Even grew to like her.
Carry on, Adams.
Aye, aye, sir.
There's the core. Let's go find Miss Chobot. Ask her what her review for this game is? 10 out of 10 IGN. Oh, she's got a room here, huh?
How's your new assignment working out, Allers?
Fairly normal, except for the unshackled AI, Matriarch Benezia's daughter, and the communicator that can reach Earth. The first two, I can deal with. That last one gets my attention.
So what are you asking for exactly?
Anything from Earth is the lead story right now. That's not opinion, it's fact.
Maybe I can pass on a few non-classified progress updates.
Seriously? You just doubled my ratings. I don't need FaceTime, just a data upload.
Tell people what's really happening on Earth. We need long recruiting lines on every planet after you air a story.
I can do this, Commander. Remind me to tell you about the time I made an Elcor cry.
Impossible. That's impossible.
Commander.
Can't make an Elcor cry. There's no way. All they do is speak in a monotone voice. That's it. Alright. On to the next crew deck. So all the crews down there. Alright. Talk to Liara and Dr. Chakwas here. Okay. Here's Liara's cabin, I'm guessing.
Greetings, Commander Shepard.
Huh. What are you?
I'm Glyph, a VI assistant to Dr. Tassoni. I help her sort and catalog collected data. She's asked me to draw your attention to a terminal connected to her information network. It analyzes information packages. If you find any useful data, I can research upgrades for you.
And what should I be looking for?
I'll inform you if you've found relevant data. When you do, return to this terminal for your choices. In the meantime, Dr. Tassoni would like to speak with you. Have a pleasant day.
Alright.
You know, I was hoping this new council would be a little more helpful than the last one.
The meeting was less than ideal.
Now I'm shocked.
At least the council can't deny the Reapers exist. But I'm not sure how much comfort that is while they bicker over which portion of the galaxy to save.
Big info brokers turn you into a real cynic, Liara. I like it.
I'm flattered. I think.
Liara? What is all this stuff?
After you left for Earth, I had the chance to track down the information trader who'd kidnapped my
Oh
friend.
yeah, the Shadow Broker.
It wasn't easy, but I found the Shadow Broker and took over his information network.
You running that from the Normandy?
What I can. Not all of the old broker's networks remained intact, but I have agents. They helped dig up the information I needed on the Prothean cache on Mars. For now, I'm researching this Prothean device. It's too dangerous to activate until we understand it.
Do you think Protheans actually completed the Crucible?
You mean, will it work? They wouldn't have poured their last resources into this device if they thought otherwise. But we really need to find out just what kind of weapon they left us.
It'd be nice to know we're not kids playing around with a loaded gun.
Absolutely. The damage it could cause if it backfired is unthinkable. People were finally starting to listen before the Reapers came. If we'd had a little more time, maybe Earth wouldn't. I'm sorry. I understand if you don't want to talk about it.
The thought means a lot, Yara. Thanks.
You're welcome. And since I didn't mention it before, it's good to be back, Shepard.
It's good to have you back.
Hello again, Shepard.
How much do you know about this Prothean artifact?
Very little. We're fortunate enough Data survived to piece together the blueprints. Decoding them will require as many specialists as we can find.
It's that high-tech?
I'd have killed for a glimpse of it during graduate school.
So is that drone your new secretary?
Glyph is a VI shell that indexes my search functions on the data feeds. I couldn't work without it. Although I'm lucky Edie let Glyph on board after it tried to rewrite her scheduled tasks.
I was merely attempting to standardize the ship's automated systems to our own, Dr. Tassoni.
Yes, that's precisely why you're confined to the cabin.
How'd you take out the old shadow broker?
It cost me. I had to hire dozens of mercenaries just to storm his lair.
Oh man.
You really wanted them dead, huh?
The broker captured a friend. I swore I'd get him back.
That was a pretty epic DLC.
I was too late to save him.
What have you been up to since we last saw each other?
After the time I saw you on Ilium? Well, apart from becoming the broker, I spent my time looking for any defense against the Reapers. The only substantial records were the Protheans. I knew the elusive man was hunting for the same thing when our agents began crossing paths.
Like on Mars?
I thought I'd covered my tracks, but he had surveillance there all along.
How'd you take out the old ship?
It cost me. I had to hire...
You really wanted them
The
dead?
broker captured a...
And?
I was too late to save him.
What happened when you became the broker?
I made what use of the network I could, but my main base of operations was scuttled when Cerberus attacked. I saved whatever crucial hardware I could, but I'd rather not talk about it. The important thing is that I still have data feeds and agents, although the war's taking a toll on the latter.
We'll talk later, Yara.
Of course.
Alright.
This
Broker
terminal
terminal.
contains non-essential correspondence from your allied forces. Dr. Tassoni has granted you access.
Prothean notes, 2171 to 2185. Glyph, remind me to clean up these old notes. Perhaps reviewing them will lead to something useful for the Prothean device. Liara. 2171. The University of Ceres agreed to sponsor me at the Prothean dig on Dratirup. Very exciting. Professor Hennel is heading the expedition herself. Maybe I can even ask her for her opinion on my thesis outline. Attachment. Thesis on Prothean First Contact Protocols. 2174. I believe Dr. Joe Sean was right to suggest that the Prothean artifacts we unearthed are from the Third Age, not the Fourth. What an embarrassing mistake. At least he seemed to approve of the rest of the paper. Attachment. Paper on a comparison of Prothean technology to modern Asari circuit logic. 2183, Part 1. I'm going on the Therum expedition. I never thought I'd gain permission to visit the Prothean ruins there, but the University of Ceres must have secured the funding after all. Now to pack. Attachment. Paper on the end of the Prothean Empire. 2183, Part 2. Goddess. This human shepherd has the key to comprehending the Protheans on an instinctual, subconscious level. If only I could have been there when Commander touched the beacon on Eden Prime. I'll try to learn more about this cipher on board the Normandy. The involvement of the Reapers is troubling, to say the least. Attachment paper on the end of the Prothean Empire with correction notes. So that's when she met Shepard for the first time. 2185. I reviewed the old Shadow Broker's footage.
Reflectors, it's still not there.
Tusks.
At least nothing said
Could possibly remain after what the Reapers did to them. Attachment paper on Prothean biology. Let's see what this is. Select to see reward options, upgrades, none. So when I find more upgrades, they'll be here. Okay, cool.